First of all, I don't believe in Arizona yet. I love the fact that they picked up A.J. Green to join DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray being the quarterback. I'm not enamored with James Conner, forgive me. I know he's got a beautiful story, and I wish him nothing but the best. But last time I checked, he was a Pittsburgh Steeler. In the last 3 years or so, Pittsburgh had one of the worst running attacks in football. It ain't just because of the offensive line. He has something to do with it as well. I'm not saying it's all his fault, but damn it, he ain't innocent, okay? So I look at it from that standpoint. It remains to be seen. I think Chase Edmonds, I think that's his name. I think that's the guy that you know, he'll be competing for that spot with. I just love the fact that, and I'm being facetious here, guys. I mean, when you think about Kliff Kingsbury coming out of Texas Tech, coaching there for 6 years, you know, only having a winning record twice, 35-40 record, and he gets an NFL head coaching job. And in 2 seasons, he's 13-18, I think. Something like 13-18-1. And yet, Kyler Murray's his quarterback, and DeAndre Hopkins is his wide receiver, and now A.J. Green is joining DeAndre Hopkins with Kyler Murray throwing the football. I just love the fact that the most popular thing about this dude as an NFL coach is the crib that he was living in and chilling at last year during the NFL draft. That's the best thing we can say about Kliff Kingsbury. The crib is fly. Hell, I want to buy it, okay? Where is it? I want to see it. Because that's how fly that crib was during the virtual NFL draft last year. That's the only thing we can say about him. Yet, his second year on the job, or approaching his third year, Max, he gets DeAndre Hopkins last year. He gets A.J. Green this year, T.J. Watt this year. I'm sorry, not J.J. Watt. I'm sorry, J.J. Watt. Right. It's special to be privileged. It's special to be privileged. I'm just going to leave it at that. Having said all of that, it's not that I think the Cardinals are bad. It's not that I don't see that they have talent. It's not that I don't think they can beat anybody. It's that I look at the division, and I see 3 teams that are better, and there's only 4 teams in there. I think the Rams are better with Matthew Stafford. I think Seattle still has Russell Wilson. And I think the San Francisco 49ers, with Deebo Samuel's back, with George Kittle still there, with Jimmy Garoppolo expected to be there, okay, with Mostert in the backfield, with the defense, the Bosas of the world and others coming back because he was hurt last year. I just look at San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan being the coach there. And I see 3 teams in the West, NFC West, better than the Arizona Cardinals. It's not that I don't think they're good and talented. I just see 3 teams that are better. That's where I'm at with it.
Well, listen, I think that when you look at the Arizona Cardinals this past offseason, they've made a bunch of moves on both sides of the ball. We pointed some of those moves out. And I don't think they're finished bolstering their offense. I think they could go for another wide receiver, even though, you know, A.J. Green came over in free agency from Cincinnati to give Kyler Murray even more weapons on the offensive side of the football. I think this really comes down to coaching. We all know the NFC West is the best division in football. And Stephen A. and Max, y'all both touched on the teams. And, you know, you got Pete Carroll up in Seattle. They're always going to be formidable. You got Matthew Stafford coming over from the Lions. I think that's a game changer for the Los Angeles Rams. It gives them another dynamic player at the quarterback position, something they didn't have with Jared Goff. And then you have the 49ers. Listen, the 49ers is going to be my Super Bowl representative out of the NFC this year. I think with all the injuries that the 49ers sustained last year, all those guys coming back, I think the 49ers are going to be fantastic this year. Kyle Shanahan is going to have those guys rolling. And again, and you alluded to it, Stephen A., when you only have, there's 4 teams in the division, and you have those stalwarts in that, as far as coaching in that division, are we willing to put up Kliff Kingsbury against Kyle Shanahan, Pete Carroll, and Sean McVay? I'm not ready to do that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.